So, Boolean Gemini, nobody's favourite exotic scout rifle, besides me of course. The inspiration for this video came from Cool Guy, a brilliant Destiny YouTuber. He mentioned that he wanted to make a Boolean Gemini video, so I figured I could share what I know too. This is my favourite primary and one that I use the most, so it might be worth making a video of my own. And here it is. Plus, we're now on the final straight of original Destiny, so now is the perfect time to pick up and try those weapons that you haven't in the past. By the way, if you're somehow subscribed to me, and yes, I realise I'm talking to a grand total of 7 people right now, but if you are subscribed to me and not Cool Guy, then stop wasting your life, get over to his channel and check him out. Tell him Platt sent you, he'll have no idea what you're talking about. But seriously, cracking guy, great player, go check him out, link in the description. Now, onto Boolean. I'm going to go over how I run the weapon and the general perk choices. I will also go over why I choose to run the weapon this way. I run aggressive ballistics, single point sling and the one-way perk. This weapon also comes with high caliber rounds and unflinching. You may think I'm crazy for running it this way, and you may even be screaming at your screen, where's the stability and all that rubbish, but hear me out. Aggressive ballistics is just simple maths. It takes the damage per crit from 61 to 64. 64 times 3 is 192. That means, for those of you who haven't figured out counting yet, that you can 3-tap a Guardian with 5 armor or less. Not game changing, but a godsend when it happens. It does reduce the stability, but on the other hand, I prefer the recoil pattern of aggressive ballistics. Single point sling. This perk means a faster stray speed, plain and simple. An argument can be made for perfect balance, and you're not stupid for choosing it, but I really don't think stability is an issue with this weapon. Its rate of fire is just slow enough to keep the recoil under control. Also, perfect balance over single point sling takes away the best thing about Boolean, its synergy. For example, you get some precision kills, maybe some cleanup, or perhaps you're just a straight up slayer, and you get the one-way perk roll in to increase your agility, which means a faster strafe. You also have single point sling to further increase your strafe speed. You are now dazzling your opponents with your Ali shuffle strafe style. Add to that aggressive ballistics and high caliber rounds, this weapon will hit like a truck. The cherry on top is unflinching, which will reduce your reticle bounce when under fire. What we have here then is a 1v1 mid to long range monster, especially with the setup. Give the setup a go, I promise you it works. If you do, let me know how it goes, leave a comment or just message me. Equally, if you have a setup that works better for you, then go for it. That's the philosophy of this weapon after all, fight your way. Now then, the weaknesses of this weapon, kind of why it's so underused I guess. Number one is quite simply the archetype. It's in the mid to high impact archetype along with the Cryptic Dragon and the Fang of Iyut. The problem is that even with aggressive ballistic, this weapon is a 4-shot kill. The Mida archetype is also a 4-shot kill but has a faster fire rate, which means a faster time to kill. With the Mida archetype becoming more populated in Rise of Iron with the Distant Star and Angel's Advocate, it's pushed Boolean further down the list. Of course, time to kill, especially with scouts, is mostly down to shot placement and is very subject to outplay. Even still, a good shot with the Mida will outshoot the Boolean. In fact, Mida is one of the 2 weapons I genuinely fear when I'm using Boolean, the other being Jade Rabbit. Another glaring issue with Boolean is its sights. It has these stacked sights with a box scope in front and an oddly placed iron sight nearer the muzzle. This makes the sights a little obstructed and can make target acquisition tricky. I find that aiming at the head of an opponent at an acceptable scout rifle range, their entire body is hidden by the iron sights, which makes tracking their strafe unnecessarily more difficult. The final problem with Boolean is its exotic perks, or rather the lack thereof. The one-way or another perks don't seem to have much of an effect when activated. The agility boost from the one-way perk is a nice idea, but it doesn't have enough impact to be called exotic. And the or another perk gives a boost to armor, which again is a very nice idea, but it rewards body shot kills, which doesn't sit well with me on a precision weapon such as a scout rifle. So, Onto the builds I recommend and the builds I use with Boolean. I main a Defender Titan. In fact, it's the only subclass I have upgraded on my Titan. With Boolean, I use the perk set I mentioned earlier for strafe speed, and to add to that, I use a high agility setup with the Dune Marchers as my exotic armor piece. This strafe focused build makes me very hard to hit, especially with high caliber rounds. I've had countless engagements in which I have taken little to no damage simply because my opponent had trouble landing shots. I also run Blessing of Light to add insult to injury, making it so that not only am I hard to shoot, but it takes a few more shots to drop me. This build works, and it works well. I shudder to think what could become of this build should somebody with actual working thumbs and coordination tries it out. There is, however, a better setup on the Gunslinger. The build is based around precision kills and being rewarded for them. So you have the one-way perk, which gives you higher agility on precision kills, however negligible it seems, and it stacks up to 3 times. Then on the Gunslinger perk tree, you also have Gunslinger's Trance and Chain of Woe, which increase your stability and reload speed on precision kills respectively. These also stack up to 3 times. So not only are we utilising the synergy of the weapons perks, but we're also tying those into the perks on the subclass, expanding that synergy potential. It all makes for a strong build, and it feels really good once you get those perks rolling with some headshot kills. If you really want to ruin someone's day, then you should also throw on Radiant Dance Machines for the better strafe. This build works, and it works really well, especially in PvE, where you can chain headshot kills really easily and keep those buffs rolling. Give these builds a try and let me know how you get on. Better yet, if you think I've missed something that also works well, then tell me about it. Type to me in the banter section below. That's all for the video. I really hope that somebody tries Boolean out, gives it a fair shake, and tears some face off with it. Good luck, and thank you for watching.
One final push and victory is yours. That victory was yours, and yours alone.